Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm CryptoXJ, and this is the Speculation Podcast. I'm here with the CryptoZoo mods. I'm here with Joao, Jake, and Macho. What's up, guys?
What's up?
How's it going?
Yeah, good. Okay, I think we're here to speak about pretty much everything. A bit of an introduction to you guys, like how you got into crypto, how you got into CryptoZoo as a whole, your thoughts and opinions on it so far, and of course, speculation and on the future. Um, yeah, introduce yourself, guys.
Go Macho, you're first.
Oh, you've been nominated.
I think I'll go first then. I think pretty much everyone knows me. For those that don't, I'm Macho or Macho, however you want to call me, it's fine. I first got into crypto around a year ago. Saw the Bitcoin boom, decided to buy because money seemed good when it's sitting around, and I had just gotten my first job, so I was like, how to invest this? I don't really want to invest this in a bank. They're only gonna give me like 5% a year. Just starting getting into Bitcoin, putting into Bitcoin like started with like I think it was $25, which was the minimum I could get. Started getting a bit more, ended up with around 100 at the end of the year because like I'm in college, I don't really have that much money to spend, but that's my budget pretty much. Also got into Dodge, a couple other coins around this year, and finally around August, I had another group that I'm in. Actually, it's a Funko collector. Someone said, "Hey, look at this coin. It's by Logan Paul. It's gonna moon." Someone actually said that it was probably gonna reach 8 cents by the first tech drop, which we now know was a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But it got me excited, so bought in, and I've been buying in since like August 28th, I think 27th, that I figured out how to unlock my freaking Binance BSC.
A lot of
So yeah,
people had problems with that Binance, like it being locked inside. A lot of people had problems with that.
yeah, actually, I shouldn't have had those problems because I've been buying in Binance for pretty much a year. But I bought and money got discounted off my fiat card, my debit card. And that was pretty much everything I had to buy for.
Yeah.
And the transaction failed on Binance's end.
God.
So ended up, yeah.
Damn.
Still things ended up working out fine. So I'm here now.
You're here now, and you're part of the rocket ride. Okay, Jake, go for it.
Yeah, so I'm 19 from the UK, and so when I turned 18, I started investing in stocks and stuff. And to be honest, it was just kind of boring. I didn't actually have the capital to invest that much anyway, so I wasn't really making anything. So I thought, you know what, let's have a go at cryptocurrency, and obviously, like, just got more into it, started doing my own research and stuff. Obviously, it all started on Twitter, like most things do these days. And I just sort of started looking throughout, like through Binance, through Coinbase, like the basics, obviously.
Yeah.
I started with obviously the Ethereum, Bitcoin, but then Cardano was one of the big ones that actually made me some money. So that got me going, that got me really interested. And then obviously I started looking at more altcoins and meme coins, as everyone does.
Did you invest in Doge like Macho?
Yeah, so I invested in Doge, but I was one of the idiots that invested like at its peak pretty much. So I didn't make any money with that. But then so everything just started ticking over. Then I found NFTs through Twitter once again. Just actually, it was FaZe Banks. A lot of the podcast Mom's Basement.
Yes, yeah.
So that podcast, that's pretty much what introduced me to NFTs, to be honest. But then just listening to podcasts, I found NFTs, and then obviously the Impulsive podcast on, I think it was the 17th of August. That when Logan introduced CryptoZoo to the world initially.
Yeah.
That as soon as I heard him speak about it, I just thought I need to find this now. So then, obviously, went on PancakeSwap, found it, and then I invested. And then from then, I was just floating throughout the community on Discord and Telegram, just sort of hopping around everywhere. And then it got to near the egg drop, and I literally just messaged Ben because it was hectic in the Telegram, to be honest, and it was only Ben in there really to actually moderate it. So I
I
messaged
remember
Ben
that
and I was
time.
like,
It was like death. Like he was just probably on no sleep. I mean, to be fair, a lot of us around that time missed out on a lot of sleep, but he was like, it was
yeah,
just him, as you said. Yeah.
yeah, it was just him and then another guy called OH,
Yes.
and yeah, so I messaged him. I was like, "Do you need a hand? I can happily help out because I know you guys are on a different time zone to me. So I think I can bring something to the team." And he said, "Yeah, that's all good." And then, so yeah, from then, so that the end of August, probably around the 27th of August, I've just been helping out, moderating. Started on Telegram, but then to be honest, Telegram, I just don't really like Telegram. So then I went to Discord, and that's where I've been ever since.
Yeah, I hate Telegram. The layout, the UI, like everything. I just Discord overrules it so heavily. Do you guys both prefer Discord as well, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's no question.
Yeah, Discord is
Yeah,
so easy to use, and yeah, it's so much better. But yeah, okay, that
it just feels like an actual community, doesn't it, on Discord? Whereas Telegram just feels like a sort of announcement service, whereas Discord is so much better in every single way.
yeah, yeah, it's a lot easier to kind of
I feel like Discord is more inclusive,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it allows us to build better conversations over time.
yeah, yeah. Okay, Joao, it's your turn next.
So I'm Joao. I'm from Portugal. Most people don't know how to say my name, especially these three guys. I got into crypto started like early this year, 2021. I started by buying some Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, and Stellar. Almost made nothing with them. Good start. I then started seeing some NFTs popping up on Twitter, and I was like, this might be big. This might be like the next big thing in crypto. So I was very speculative, thinking about which project I would use to start to know what NFTs were. And I talked to one of my biggest friends. He is already invested in CryptoZoo too. And we were just browsing around trying to find an NFT project that would suit us into being the first one we would get
Sure.
in. And I actually saw the Impulsive podcast. I didn't see it all. I saw on Impulsive Clips the clip where Logan Paul talked about CryptoZoo, and I was like, big marketeer. It looked like an awesome idea, and I called my friend and said, "Look, we want to hop on NFTs. I think this might be the correct time. Huge marketeer, good, looks like a good project. It has its own token. Why not?" So a couple of days later, after the podcast, we actually got to know how to buy into the Zoo token through PancakeSwap, and we did. So like on the 25th, I guess, maybe a bit earlier. And that's about it. Then we started talking a lot on Discord. I first started on Telegram. Didn't like it a bit, to be honest. Kind of, it's not like our Discord jungle. It's a much worse jungle. It's actually insane. So I just started to talk more on Discord. We then obviously Ben started to give out the roles then to the members who would talk more and help more and stuff. So I got into the Zoo Rangers as lots of other guys, and end up being a mod, same as RK, Macho, and Jake. So yeah, that's my ride until now.
Sweet, sweet. I think we've all picked the perfect project to be a part of. It's funny how we've all kind of in for different reasons, and we all saw it for different reasons. I'll kind of introduce myself. I'm CryptoXJ. I run the CryptoZoo community page on Twitter. I got through to this project through the podcast. I saw it actually live on the podcast. I love Impulsive. I watch it like every day it comes out. And I saw it. And I thought, okay, sweet, I'll invest in that. I've been invested in other projects as well, and some good projects have done quite well as well. And I've kind of liquidated some of the projects that have done quite well, put a lot into CryptoZoo. Probably not a lot compared to some whales in the Discord who have like 30 eggs. So I'm like a tadpole compared to them. But yeah, I saw it on the Impulsive podcast. Didn't buy it on the day. I thought CryptoZoo, I'll buy it like next week. I went on holiday literally the day after, so I thought, look, I'll buy it next week. I come back next week, it already like 2-3x in price, and I was like, God damn it! Still bought it, and yeah, been in ever since though. So I didn't get in from the exact start, but definitely cheap.
Super
Yeah,
early.
yeah. And like, even if you're listening to this, guys, like, and everyone on the Discord right now, as of now, it's the 28th. We are all still so early. Like, there are months and months ahead, and like, it's even crazy when you start thinking about 2022 CryptoZoo. Like, there's going to be some amazing things coming. All four of us have our fingers crossed here, and I think we're all really happy to be a part of the CryptoZoo project and being really early and being one of the OGs. I think we're all really, really happy with that.
Yeah, it feels nice to be early for something because when NFTs first started popping off around, what is it, like April
Yeah.
time, around that sort of time, I would see them on Twitter and things, and I'd just think, no, that obviously it's naive in me. I'd think, no, that's a sort of a scam, just
Yeah.
weird things. But now, no, I know that's outrageous for me to say at this
No,
point.
I get you.
But it's because I wasn't clued up on it. I didn't really understand it. But now I've been in the space longer. Obviously, not as long as some people by any means, but yeah, now I understand it more. It's actually nice to be here early for something and sort of being around the community, which is a lot of people are new to it as well. It's not just loads of people that have been there since day one, if you know what I mean. It's nice that we have a good community.
I actually had the same experience you did. Like, I think the NFT market had a big dip a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Like, some news articles came out saying the NFT bubble had popped and stuff like that. I actually remember telling someone, "See, I told you you shouldn't have bought NFTs." It was
So now they're eating their words.
pretty stupid on hindsight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but yeah, then I actually learned because I feel like a lot of people actually need to learn like, what NFTs are, how they relate to crypto, what opportunities they present. So yeah, I had really literally the same experience.
And I really think we are, all of us are very active on Discord, and I think we all realize that there are plenty of new people coming into NFTs due to this project. Like every day we get messages on Discord from people asking how to buy in, how do we get into NFTs, how do we use Binance, how do we use PancakeSwap and stuff like that.
Marketing.
So yeah, word marketing. So we really end up realizing that there are lots and lots of people, even though we are still a very small community compared to other projects. We can already see there are lots of new people coming into crypto and NFTs due to CryptoZoo. And Logan always said that was his main target, was to bring awareness to the crypto world. And it's crazy how such a small group already has created such a big impact and such a big new trend on NFTs. It's good to see.
Yeah. Just for those listening, Macho, his dog, has entered the chat. I think he wants to become a part of the speculation podcast. But no, yeah. Other than that, all sounds great. I want to hear some of your thoughts of the podcast. Sorry, the podcast, the whole project as so far. CryptoZoo, right? Like you're always in the Discord, always talking with the community, and probably hearing and seeing a lot of things that some people just don't because they're not in it as much and they're not moderators, right? So yeah, what's some of your thoughts on the project so far? Let's kind of start right from the start. Since you guys started and got involved in the project, yeah.
It's a roller coaster, like
I would agree.
a really life-changing roller coaster.
I would agree. You talk about the September 1st, September 3rd egg release.
Oh yeah,
Those
yeah.
were
I
hard
actually
times.
have a pretty clear picture of what I was doing on September 3rd. I was actually driving to my grandma's at, what was it, like 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, like 7 p.m. your time, if I'm not wrong, or 8 p.m. And I was in the car, I was checking PancakeSwap or maybe Pukan, I don't remember. I was checking the charts. And then the news of the timeout dropped, the announcement, T-5 hours. And I was like, oh shit. And actually, I think Sue was at 8 or 7 or 9, don't remember.
Yep.
And then it started pumping and pumping and pumping, and we actually stopped at a red light. I just grabbed my mother and shook her so vile, like, and I was actually screaming, "I'm rich!" I just had $550, but that's money. So yeah, I mean, we've all had moments like that. I think that for those of us that were here during the all-time high, that's probably how we all
Yeah.
felt.
It's been a roller coaster of emotions, really. I remember, like, egg drop was supposed to be September 1st, and obviously it got
Yeah.
delayed. And I remember those, it was like September 1st, September 2nd, September 3rd. Me, Jake, and X-Ray, we have London time. So the egg drop, if I'm correct, was like at 1 a.m. here, I think. Something
You just
around
said
that.
the first one was, but
Maybe
the
later.
delayed one, I remember staying up till 6 a.m.
Was later. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
yeah.
what I would say. I remember staying. I have two more friends of mine who are also invested, and we all went to one of my friend's house. So the three of us, and we spent literally 3 nights in a row, all night,
Yeah,
woken up, waiting to be able to buy
Yeah.
the eggs. Like super scared to miss out, and we actually managed to each one of us buy eggs. But it was so scary. Like we were constantly refreshing Telegram, checking Discord, checking chat, checking
yeah, I feel
announcements,
you on that.
Instagram, Twitter. It was mental, absolutely
Yeah, I'm
mental.
the exact same. I remember, I love how both of you have used the words roller coaster in the first like 5 words of explaining the process, but I agree, roller coaster, like absolute roller coaster, up and down. Yeah, no sleep for the first few days. I mean, there are bad points and good points, but something I took from it, like a lot of people complain that they didn't get the Binance eggs from like because they just didn't stay up or they didn't go through the torture that we did. I kind of feel like we deserved it. Like if any people deserved the Binance eggs, it's kind of the people who did stay up and got really committed to like, no, I'm gonna get these damn eggs, and hey, I think we deserve it.
Absolutely.
And I believe we got them cheaper than
I
I
think
spent
Ethereum eggs,
hours.
right? We all got them cheaper on Binance than you did or could have,
Yeah.
yeah,
which I think
Yeah.
is good.
yeah.
We got
Ethereum
a
was
10% discount. So they went from 500,000
Yep.
Z to 450,000 Z.
Oh, really? Is that the comparison?
Yeah.
No,
So
no. With the discount, we got 50K given back to us. So we paid 450K zoo total
True.
per egg. But I don't know how much. I don't know about the Ethereum eggs
Yeah.
due to fees and stuff.
Okay. Lastly, Jake, any kind of thoughts on start the project?
so it's been fun, to
It
be
has.
honest. It's been a learning curve as well. It's been a massive learning curve. And obviously people will, in every project there's going to be doubt and there's going to be people that have like, there's going to be footers, to be honest, always. But with this project, all I can see is success, and that is because the man behind it is Logan Paul, and he is a magnet for
Yep.
success. There's no ifs, buts, or maybes. You know what I mean? Like, it's Logan Paul. Everything he does, he turns to gold, and I just don't see this going any other way but to the moon. Nah, but for real though, it's been a roller coaster.
There we go. You've got a full house.
I had to get it in there somewhere, didn't I? I had to. Yeah. So the egg drop, everyone assumed, when we was told that was gonna be September 1st, wasn't we? And obviously there was a delay, but the way I see it is, there was a delay for a reason. Do you know what I mean? So if it did drop on September 1st and then it went wrong, people would go crazy. But we held off for 3 days or 2.5 days, and in my opinion, it was worth it because the people that deserved the eggs, because they stayed up and actually wanted those eggs, they got them, and I'm one of those people, and I'm very happy about that. So I think it will all be worth it come the 3rd of November. I think it's going to be a great day, the hatching, as it's been called. And from then, I think it's just going to keep going up, keep getting better, to be honest.
No, I totally agree with that, and I totally agree with all of you. What's your thoughts on kind of the projects like recently? So that's kind of the start. The middle's kind of been a bit rocky with like information releases, but we have had a lot of things like the white paper. When people speak about like information and releases and their thoughts on the project so far, I do not hear enough people speaking about the white paper. And there are so many people who ask a lot of questions, which fair enough, they're uneducated or they don't know. But so many of the answers that they ask, so many of the questions that they ask, the answers are in the white paper. Like that white paper is probably the biggest thing for me, and I read that so many times after it got released. And since then, we haven't really had a bigger of announcement or news release as that. We have had little things, but yeah, what do you think of the white paper, and what do you think of the little news leaks we've had over the road?
And the white paper is
I
awesome.
love the white paper.
It's so
It
well
is.
written. It's actually
It is
awesome.
very well written, and Ben wrote it as far as I know,
And
so very much props to him.
yeah, big shout out. That's actually sick. And most of the questions we actually get asked on Discord, we most of the time just say like, "Have you read
Yeah.
the white paper?" Like you have so many good explanations for everything the project is going for on the white paper, like super detailed numbers about zoo token burn, everything. Like we have literally everything you can think about on the white paper, and people, I don't know if they missed out on the white paper, or if they don't know that it will be there, the information. But I feel like the white paper, maybe people didn't get to see it much. Maybe it was early stages. Maybe if it was a bit later, people would actually read
That's
it
actually a
more. I
very
don't
good
know.
point. It was
But
released
we have,
very early on in the
Yeah.
project. I mean,
yeah, and since there hasn't been any like repost of the white paper or something like that, maybe people get in and don't even realize that there is such a well written white paper, or even if there is actually a white paper.
yeah, well, that is an amazing
But
point.
it's actually
I'm going to
dope.
write that right down right now. I'm going to make a new post on the CryptoZoo page, community page, and I'm gonna make a new post by the white paper because honestly, more people need to read it. It's so good, so well written, and it really gives you an insight to the future of CryptoZoo and kind of almost the present in the very short term future / present.
Yeah, I feel like
Sure.
it definitely gets overlooked, and that might just be because, like you said, it was very early on in the project, and obviously the more people come now, they're not really going to go look right at the start of the project on announcements, are they? We need to like sort of feed them the information now, which is
Yeah.
what we have been doing. But also because this is bringing people to crypto and NFTs that haven't been involved before, they might not even know what a white paper is at all.
Yeah,
So
true.
do you know what I mean? It's all, we just need to try and educate people as best as we can for the new people anyway.
Yeah, and I feel like the kind of chance for that is
Actually,
now. Yeah, go on, Macho.
yeah. Speaking of a little bit more about the white paper, I'm not sure if you all remember, like around the first 2 weeks of September, the amount of times that we had to answer questions that were answered in the white paper. Like right
Yeah.
now we're at when marketing, but back then we were at what's the utility,
When burn.
what's breeding. It like I don't think people read enough, and the white paper certainly would help if they actually read it, because it's really like our very own first wiki page, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're listening to this right now and you haven't read the white paper, I think we've literally all just said enough right then. Please read the white paper. There's like 7-8 pages of it. It's quite long, but just if you're an investor and you have money invested, I promise you it's worth that 15-20 minutes of your time to really go through it and understand it. And when everything does get released, you'll have more of an understanding of what's actually happening in the moment and what they have planned and what action is actually taken on the things that have been basically said that will happen, you know?
It's definitely worth it. I'm pretty sure one of the YouTubers has actually made a video going through the white paper.
Yeah, I think
but
2 of them had. I mean, I'll give a shout out to Wall Street. He did a really good analysis of going through the whole white paper. And also, his voice is amazing. So you've got both, you know. I mean, I nearly fell asleep. Like, his voice is so soothing and so easy to listen to. So up to you what kind of, I guess, learner you are, whether you prefer reading it or, you know, listen to someone else read it and kind of watch in and listen. But yeah, go read the white paper after the podcast. After the podcast. Okay, so that's kind of the middle of the podcast. What are you guys thinking of now? Before we move into part 2 of the podcast where we speak about the future, what do you guys think in the last maybe week to 2 week? Some of the new hybrids that have been leaked. What's kind of your thoughts in the last 2-3 weeks of news?
I'm just excited. Like, we know we are a week away from the hatching. We know we're probably a week away or less than a week away from marketing. Like, we know the reach that Zoo can have by what we reached at on the egg drop day, and that wasn't even like full marketing. It was Logan posting Instagram stories, like 1 or 2 tweets, 1 billboard. Like, we don't really understand that the amount of people in Discord could literally go ×4, ×5 in 1 week, and that is chilling to me, at least. Like, knowing the amount of members that the community will acquire in less than 7 days is mental.
Yeah, I'm on the same page, to be honest. I think at this point, we really just need to relax, sit back, and enjoy the marketing. I'm pretty sure Logan won't miss. Like, he has such a big audience, such good ideas. He always promoted his events super good. Like, he just had maybe the fight.
I mean, the
of
guy
the decade,
fought Floyd,
if you can call it.
Mayweather.
Yeah, he fought the GOAT. In fact, he didn't lose against the GOAT. Like, he
It's
sold that
controversial,
shit.
but I would agree.
So I think. So yeah, I just think we need to sit back and enjoy. Like, it's gonna be a good vibe for sure.
And last but not least, Jake, some of your thoughts on kind of the recent news or anything recently.
So recently, not much has been said recently, but in general, I'm just super excited again. Like, honestly, I actually do think that CryptoZoo has the potential to change a lot of people's lives. Not even just when it comes to people's like financial situations, even when it comes to when Logan speaks about children getting into crypto and all that side of the world. He said this could literally be a gateway into that. And to me, that is massive because I don't really know any other projects that have that sort of capability. And that is just something which blows my mind. Like, someone in the Discord earlier said that they bought their kids a couple of eggs and their kids are like 6 and 8, I think. And to me, that is crazy because I can't even put into words how mad that is to me, because that is something which will change their lives. I'm sort of waffling, but I know I can't really say what I'm trying to say.
No, I completely agree. I honestly completely agree.
I feel like this project will really educate people into crypto, and that's amazing.
I mean, I did some.
Like, there's a whole new audience that will get into crypto because of this. Like, we even saw, I don't know if you guys saw a video from Eddie Abanez, where he said his kids have been playing the game and they are super addicted to it and they enjoy it. So I think it's only good that crypto starts growing more and more, and just that CryptoZoo can do that.
A lot of people compare this to something like Pokemon, right? And it's the exact same. Like, obviously, as you said, Eddie had said that his kids were totally addicted and loved the project and loved the game and the economics of the game and how it worked and hatching and breeding. I mean, that's all awesome. But Pokemon's the exact same, with kind of, no matter what the age, it takes you back to being a kid, of kind of owning something, having an egg and then hatching it and everything that goes along with it. Like, as you said, it's all matters of age, no matter who you are, I guess. It's kind of taking you back to that kid and getting excited and getting addicted to a game that, hey, it's NFT, crypto, everything involved. Like, it's got everything a part of it. And of course, the big man Logan Paul on top. Like, it's so exciting.
Yeah, I think we just need to, in general, I think we always need to sort of calm down and let the people behind the scenes do what they need to do, because I genuinely do believe in the team, and I think they're going to deliver something special come November 3rd and after that. But I think we should talk about the art a little
Yeah,
bit
I'd
as
love to
well.
speak about the art. I mean, what do you guys think of the leaks? Personally, I love the gorilla and the lion, like the black lion and like the gorilla. That's like
Yeah,
my
same.
favorite.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah, that one is
Yeah.
awesome.
My
That one is
second
actually
favorite is
awesome.
probably the
Uh,
what is it? I think it's no.
I
Yes,
love
that's
the
the
ape
one.
fly.
Yes, ape fly. The colours on that,
Yeah, the ape fly is
beautiful,
dope.
beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, that's another
I just
I'm
really want
more
a
of
gorilla.
a
three.
I'm more of a cute animal guy. So the mixtures with pandas are probably my favorite ones so far. Like everything that is fluffy
Yeah,
and spongy, even if it's a hybrid, it looks
that's a shout.
amazing to
That's a
me.
shout.
and like we have, I think, 120 different base animal combinations, and we have seen like 20 maybe
Yeah,
max. Like we are yet to see so many designs, so many of the artwork they made. It's actually mental to think we are all buzzing with like maybe 1/10 of the total artwork we
literally
are
children
getting.
inside of us.
Like, yes, it's unbelievable.
I mean, as you said, that like there's so much art we haven't seen. It's probably over 100, right? Is it over 100?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
well over 100.
Yeah,
There's
like the bare minimum
100.
is 120,
Yeah, 120 combinations from different animals. Then
but
each
yeah,
combination has different hybrids. We don't know how many. I think like
Yeah.
3 or more, 3 minimum. I think. So that's a lot, more than 300, probably more than
Yeah.
around 400. I don't know. So it's massive, and we know like maybe 20 of them. It's mental.
It is. It is. I can't wait to get into the game, hatch, and see what I get. I mean, I did some calculations, and I mean, you spoke about changing people's lives earlier, Jake. Like not just financially, but in general. But speaking about financially, I did some calculations, and there is a possibility that you could literally live on a yearly wage on these NFTs. And I know that sounds kind of bonkers and bizarre and like outlandish, but hey, people are making literally livings from flipping NFTs, so why not make a passive income? Oh, hello. Why not make like a passive income from a game, but also enjoy it as well? Like not just flipping NFTs and leaving projects and coming back and moving around, like actually sticking with a project and seeing its success and grow and having as much fun yourself by hatching and having these NFTs. I mean, I think that's crazy that you can make an annual wage on these NFTs and like the yield. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I can already imagine myself trying to explain, for example, to my grandparents. Yeah, I'm here just watching my animals, getting my salary.
I mean,
All
I
good. Just here on my
personally, I'm
phone.
scared to how to explain it to the tax man.
I like actually that reminds me of first time I actually told my mother and my sister that I actually spent money buying virtual pictures of eggs. Like, that's a hard pill to swallow
Yeah.
at
I
first,
mean, now they spin, so you've got that extra.
but once they learn that
You've got that extra leverage.
Extra boost.
yeah, now I can actually like show them the animals, like, and they like them. Like the ones I've showed them, they like the mixtures, the cute ones too, not so much like the rude looking ones. And they were actually amazed that you would actually earn money from just possessing an image. Like it blew their mind. They actually thought it was a scam at
Yeah.
first, but yeah, like the pictures help a lot in introducing new people. So I guess they did a good job with the
I
artwork.
mean, Logan said in the podcast, like hand making art. I think the speculation and the kind of the controversies around it not being art and it's rubbish, I think we've all kind of brushed past that because we're all so clear on the exact same thought process of it is beautiful. Like I love it. It's the different kind of computer generated of a penguin with a different scarf on. This one's orange, this one's green. The green one's worth more. Okay, cool. You know, it's something different. It's actually like pictures and photoshopping
Yeah.
kind of mixed in together. Animals that could never ever breed in real life. And Logan said that there are going to be some hybrids that are funny. There are going to be some hybrids that are really neat and like they look cool. Some that are like really weird and gross. You know, like the mole rat example. I mean, literally the two legendaries are the two most like ugliest looking animals. Like if you want really nice art, okay, go to like Getty Images and go buy some pictures. Like it's different to that, right? It's about having fun with it, and that's the reason why the top two NFTs you can get are the two ugliest. Well, in my opinion, they're the two ugliest NFT animals you can get. But hey, that's the whole.
And just imagine them together,
Exactly.
bred together.
I mean, imagine a mole rat on an
And
elephant. I mean, come on. That doesn't make you smile. Come on.
The thing is, though, we've said it 100 times. Like, art is subjective, and it's easy to just brush off creativity as well. I'm sure Ben has said that 1,000 times. But the thing is, with this, it's the simplicity that I love, because it's easy to say, "Oh, that's literally just Photoshop." But who would do that until this project came around? Like, who really thought, "Oh, I'm gonna sit here and do this just for the sake of it"? Do you know what I mean? Like, I would never think of doing that. But now I've seen it, I would do that now just for the fun of it, just to see what I could create, like the possibilities are endless with this project, and that's what I love about it
it's
so
so
much.
fun. It's so fun. I mean, well, there we go. I'm going to leave part one there on the thoughts of a mole rat breeding with an elephant. I'm going to leave part one there, come back to part two in a few seconds, where we speak about what the guys are looking forward to, the marketplace, all things in the future with CryptoZoo, and most importantly, game strategy. Alright, in a bit. And welcome back. It was probably a few seconds for you, but it's been about 5-10 minutes for us, just chatting about crypto and also figuring out how podcasts work. Okay, let's get into it. So the future of CryptoZoo. I mean, we've all said countless times we're all super excited. The future. Well, what do you think? I mean, probably the biggest word that pops into my head is the marketplace. I cannot wait for the marketplace. What do you guys think?
Marketplace ties directly in with strategy, so that's probably why it's big. I think it's probably as big, or maybe a bit smaller, but for me it's as big as the hatching.
For me, it's way bigger.
Because your strategy for months to come will be determined by what you do when the marketplace opens and on the hatching. Because none of us knows what X will be priced at when the marketplace releases.
Yeah.
None of us know what Zoo will do on the first few hours of the marketplace release. So the decisions you make during those first few hours will be crucial for your future investment. So yeah, I think marketplace is like the start of the strategy, because you'll have to do two things: decide what to do when the marketplace opens, and decide what to do when the hatching drops. So that's why marketplace is so important, because it's so close to the hatching. So you have to make decisions quick. You have to make decisions that will be smart, and it'll be tricky. So that's what I'm most excited to see about the marketplace, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm the same. For me, the marketplace is like probably the number one. Of course, I can't wait to hatch mags and everything, but I can't wait to kind of see what kind of NFTs are selling, like which hybrids are the most popular, and like what they're selling for, and like what people are bidding them for. Like that, I cannot wait. Of course, I want to hatch them and actually own them and breed them, but what the community thinks about certain hybrids, which ones are like worthless and they're like at the bottom of the table, it's probably still a very high ranking table out of other NFT projects. Like these NFTs are going to be worth a lot in my opinion, but it'd be interesting to see kind of what prices different hybrids are going for. I can't wait for that. But yeah, what do you guys think of the marketplace, guys?
I just can't wait for it to drop. I honestly do hope it's before they hatch them, because obviously people need eggs in order to hatch them, don't they? So the people that couldn't pick them up on initial sale, they need to be able to buy them before the hatchling. So I really do hope that they can. And also, naturally, people want to like get liquidity and be able to get out of the project. Some people will want that. So I will sweep up their eggs because I have a little theory that the first couple of hours after the marketplace drops, I think eggs are going to be a lot cheaper than what they will be a couple of days later. So I'm going to sweep as many of them up as I can, to be honest.
I agree. I mean, a lot of people say when marketing, and I've said this over time and time again, but I'll say it again. And if in some godforsaken reason Logan Paul is watching this podcast, please do not marketing before the marketplace. I really want the marketplace to come out and then the marketing.
Yeah.
I want cheap eggs. Please, Ben, please, Logan Paul, please. I want that marketplace to come out, buy and trade, do what the markets do. People will buy, people will sell, and then you can market all you want. But I want some cheap eggs, man.
Yeah, like marketing is obviously a big deal at the moment, but I really feel like marketplace is like the most crucial thing at the moment, because marketplace we will actually be able to see what this project is all about, right? We'll be able to see what will be the demand on the eggs and the animals and stuff, and we will also be able to see if actually there are people who want out of the project, people who want in.
Yeah.
Other sort of stuff. So I really think the marketplace will be definitely a good point to see whether the project is going to the moon, going to Mars, going to the simple sky. You understand? It's like it will be a good point to see where we're going and how this is going to work for the next few weeks, months, maybe.
Jake?
Actually, I'm actually a bit scared of when the marketplace drops because I don't know what to do and I don't even have eggs, so can't really fathom what people with eggs are going through right now.
Wait, you don't have eggs, Macho?
No, I figured out like 2 days ago the reason why I didn't. I checked, I had around 495k zoo during the egg drop.
So close.
And on the moment, I was pissed, and I actually thought that they were gonna apply the discount at the moment.
Oh, no.
So I started seeing people say 500k zoo minus the discount for 450, and I thought, oh, I have enough. So I tried, and I tried, and I tried. And I think that's why I didn't have eggs.
So close.
Bro, I'd be so
But
mad.
on hindsight, that sucks. But in hindsight, it actually helped me because of that. A, I have more zoo. B, I bought more zoo. And if I had an egg, I would have probably sold all of my zoo. And because I don't have one, I've actually spent enough to lower my DCA by like ×6 or ×7.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, can I ask what your guys... Actually... sorry, go on.
Yeah. No, ask ahead.
I was going to ask what your average buy-in price is. Mine's about 12, I think. So right now we're at 1. Mine's about 12 to 15. My DCA, my average buy-in. Do you guys know yours? Because I spent a long time going through all my transactions and working it out.
I'm at around 16.
16. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm currently around 16, 17, maybe.
Yeah, I'm 11, so that's not then 3 noughts.
You're lucky. Well, it's probably not luck, it's probably just balls that you're just buying that dip every single time.
Yeah. I keep buying back in. I'm just addicted to it at this point.
Just every single paycheck, just all goes into zoo.
Literally.
Okay, so eggs, zoo, in general, what's kind of your strategy? The strategy for the whole thing? Are you going to be buying eggs in the marketplace, I assume, Macho? I guess you don't want to pay those ETH fees like me. I have no ETH eggs myself.
Yeah, no.
I am not paying those fees.
Actually, I got the question a lot during the first 2 days when I said I couldn't have an egg, and everyone's like, "Hey, you can get it on OpenSea," and I definitely didn't want to. A, because I didn't have more money because everything was in zoo, and B, because of the fees. And lately I've been giving it a lot of thought. I think Zoo is the safest bet right now. Like if you buy
Do
Zoo
you
right
think?
now for $100 and you get 1 million, I think that's what it's at right now. You
Yeah.
get 1 million right now for $100. It reaches all-time high. You have around 10 million Zoo, and you still only spend $100, and you can spend that to get an egg. So overall, the egg will cost you, say, what, $2 million. So you have spent around 20 for an egg. So for me, the safest bet is actually getting Zoo and then using that Zoo to buy an egg.
Yeah.
But I don't really like to gamble that much. So what I'm planning on doing is, first of all, keep buying Zoo when I can. And I was thinking of buying an egg, but buying an egg would set me back around 1 million Zoo, and I only have 3.
Right.
And I really want Zoo to rocket. So, but I want to play the game. So what I'm gonna do is, a lot of people are probably gonna be pissed because they got common animals. But what they didn't realize, or won't realize because of the stress, hopefully, is that those common animals can be bred up to 7 times to produce hybrids that will produce
Exactly.
higher yield. So my current strategy right now is to try and snipe cheap base animals that people will try to burn to make back a bit of the investment, and then use them to breed and use those animals to play the game while keeping most of my Zoo.
I'm the exact same. I kind of have a sneaky suspicion that some of the best looking hybrids anyway will actually be some of the commons, some of the rares. I think rare to rare, or maybe like uncommon to maybe rare, like they'll look alright, but I do think some of the commons on there, like the butterfly, I think that's a common, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
butterflies
Like
are
I
common.
think all of the butterfly hybrids are going to be beautiful. So I'm the exact same kind of strategy that yeah, I'll try be sniping up as many commons as I can. What about you guys? Are you gonna be buying more eggs? Are you gonna be waiting until the hybrids are gonna be released and you can be sniping up the hybrids like me and Macho? Or
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
go
go
ahead,
on.
go ahead.
No, you go, bro.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to. I currently have 3
same?
BSCX, and yeah, I really think I'll try to snipe some down. Maybe early stages of marketplace when probably some people will want to liquidate and to go out to project. I think if I find a good price for it, I'll probably go for it. Like I have nothing to. I think we have nothing to lose in getting if we get eggs for cheap. Of course, we ain't getting them for mint price, but even if it's like double the zoo amount, I think it's a good price to get some eggs. And hopefully, my strategy, depending on how many eggs I end up getting, I think I'll always have a ratio of like hatching 2, keeping 1, and hatched, and just play out with my hatched eggs. Keep the Gen 1 eggs safe and sound and hatched, and see if they increase in value.
Okay, so
And that's
so
about
yeah,
it.
moving on to kind of how many eggs you're gonna be keeping, how many eggs you're gonna be selling. What's kind of the split for you guys? So Joao, you said what 60 to 30% split?
Yeah, yeah, 66 to 33%.
Yeah, I'm about the same. I've only got 3 BSA eggs. I'm hoping to get well, as many as I can, really 4, 5, 6. I do want to hold probably about 50% of the zoo I have. The amount of zoo I have is not public, but I do want to keep up 50% of what I've got. And then the other 50%, I'll just try and buy as many eggs and hybrids as I can. Well, more so eggs. But yeah, I'll probably be about the same split, about a 70% keep and about a 30% hold. What about you, Jake?
Yeah, I'm similar to be honest. So at the moment, I hold 3 BSC eggs, and I'm hoping to get at least 10 eggs altogether.
Wow.
And then I'll probably hatch 3. I'll probably hatch 3 and then hold the other 7 because I think there's going to be a lot of value
Oh
in
wow, I'm the
holding these
opposite
eggs.
round. I'm 70% keep, 30% hold.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm not gonna hatch a lot of these eggs because I think that's where a lot of the value lies. As we spoke before about the Pokemon link, obviously the Gen 1 base set and all that sort of things in Pokemon, that is worth
Yeah.
the most because they didn't get opened. And if that correlates to CryptoZoo, then I believe it can be the same. But obviously, I do want to play the game as well. So I'm thinking I'll probably hatch 3 eggs, and then whatever I get, I'll try and breed. But then I'll go in the market as well and buy the animals I actually want, because I definitely do want a gorilla and a
Yeah.
lion. I think that's so cool.
Macho?
Actually, something that reminds me. I'm not sure if you guys heard, but Funko has been releasing NFT Funkos for about a month or two now.
Right.
And I actually bought in twice out of the 3 or 4 times, I'm not sure. And it's a high risk, high reward, but I'm the kind of guy that has never won a bingo in his life. So when I open the packages, say I bought them for 10 and they're going for 20 on the secondary, at least $20-$30 package. Each one contains 5, and I open up and saw comments, and all I can sell it for is $2 or $3. So that's where I'm scared of opening eggs, and that's why I agree with Jake. Like, keeping them sealed
Yeah.
gives them higher value because it assures you that you won't lose the value because of the animals you can hatch.
Yeah, the only...
Just imagine.
Yeah, go for it.
Imagine he was one of the last people to own an egg, an unhatched egg. Not only
Yeah.
imagine how much that would be worth, but also imagine the feeling opening that egg and you know there's going to be like an absolutely insane rare animal in
Yeah.
that. Imagine you got a mole rat. Imagine you got the last ever mole rat that has been unhatched, and you know it's in there because all the other animals are out, and you know that it's there. So the feeling and the euphoria of opening that egg would just be unreal, and I can't wait. I'm gonna be the last person holding that egg. I guarantee it.
Okay, well, shout out to the last unhatched egg on Twitter. He has a whole Twitter account. It's quite small at the moment, but his whole plan is to have the last unhatched egg. I believe he only actually has one, and I don't think he aims to buy any more and like hatch any. I think he literally has one egg to his name, and I think it's an ETH egg. But either way, it's an egg, and he literally plans to be the last unhatched egg. So hey, shout out to you, my guy.
I'm coming to you, bro.
But imagine that, like, the statistics show that like there's one left and there's actually one like super rare animal that still hasn't been hatched. Imagine that. Like, crazy.
The value would be crazy.
The good thing about that is I really believe that someone will like quickly create a way to know which animals have been hatched and how many of each have been hatched or burned, so that we can kind of guess what the possibilities for each egg are. If you see that a lot of the legendaries or the epics or rares are actually being hatched, you can quickly sell your egg. Like, a sure win-win, because you'll always have the first hand on what you're gonna do, because it's not like you're gonna be left with the last egg and it's a common, because you know that every single other animal except a butterfly or another common has been hatched, so it's a guaranteed common. It's not like you're gonna be left in the dust like that. You're gonna be able to track what animals have been hatched and know the value of your egg based on that.
It's been confirmed, as you said, that there are like set numbers of each single breed of like Gen 1 kind of animals. So there's only so many butterflies,
Yeah.
there's only so many of whatever. So exactly as you said, like if you start seeing the statistics of like butterflies, they're all being hatched, and you wanted a butterfly or something, then maybe sell the egg. Or if all the rares and whatever are being hatched, then I guess it's all kind of odds. I mean, over time they should all even out. There will be times where it's kind of everything's pretty much even. But statistically, there might also be times where a lot of the commons are gone, and there's a high chance of hatching a higher rarity. But again, that's the fun bit, right? That's the fun bit of where on social media and Discord and the communities would all be talking about what the chance of what is getting and what they think they're gonna get, and it's so fun, man. It's so fun.
Also, it'll reach a point where the vast majority of animals are on the sort of last legs of breeding.
Yes.
So there might be one breed away from being burnt. So imagine a new generation of eggs come out and you can crossbreed from Gen 1 to say Gen 4, and all these animals are on their last sort of legs. if you have an egg, you are like you're the person.
Because theoretically, that's
You're in a great position.
if you've got the egg, as you just said, you've not only just got that one base animal, but you've also got 7 other hybrids, right? Of that guaranteed half of that hybrid to be the egg that you hatched.
There's just so many possibilities.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I mean, one of the things that you were saying, I think it was Macho, if one of the only things that I'm kind of worried about the eggs not being hatched, obviously keeping them unhatched and sealed. What about if base 2 eggs, like a second round of eggs, which are planned so far for end of Q4 2021, I believe, end of this year. If those animals or whatever, whatever they decide, when they get released, if the yield is, I just hope that that yield basically is lower than the Gen 1 eggs, because that would just add that extra.
I feel like it has
to be, right? I keep thinking like it has to be,
Yeah.
but if they say it's more or it's the same, I think that'll take away a lot from Gen 1 eggs, especially unhatched.
No, I think even for the longevity that they want with the project, I think they have to do it like that. Yeah, that's at least what I think. I think it wouldn't make sense to make similar yields to different gens, but that's my point of view.
No,
I
I
don't know.
agree.
And as they're releasing a lot more eggs than like more than 10k eggs, they really need to lower their yield.
True, that's actually very true. And again, imagine end of this year, Generation 2 is being released, Logan Paul's marketing it, and hey, we've got a second generation. If you didn't get the first, hey, here's a second. A lot more eyeballs on it now. It's going to be really hard to get it, hence why we're upping the limit. Imagine the price on the marketplace of Gen 1 eggs that are unhatched. They will rock it, right? Surely.
Massive.
That is what I mean. And then imagine when it gets to Gen 4, Gen 5, Gen 6, the Gen 1's going to be worth so much, mate.
Especially if that yield keeps going lower and lower and lower.
It's just a no-brainer to me to at least hold one unhatched egg. It's just a no-brainer.
That's definitely a no-brainer.
And I feel like it has to be lower yields because, like, we all speculate that the zoo token value will increase over time. So I don't feel like, I think they will get to a point where they won't even be able to maintain the amount of yield you'll accrue through different gens because it will bring so much money to holders. So I think they will really need to lower the yield because of that.
Yeah.
Imagine, for example, I'm just saying numbers. Don't
the speculation
take this as a speculation,
buddy.
but let's say let's say we get to $1 by Gen 2. Okay, and base animal accrues you 60 zoo per day, so $60 per day. And let's say by Gen 3 release, zoo value is $10.
I mean, that's a big claim.
Like, yeah, no, just so you get what I'm saying. Would you think that they would give you? Yeah, do you think they would give you $600 daily for a next gen base animal? You get it. As zoo value might keep increasing, I think yield is obviously going to decrease too. I think it makes sense.
I hope so, man. I hope so. I mean, I know they have some good people on their team understanding the tokenomics. Tokenomics? There we go. Yeah, that word. I mean, a lot of other NFT projects have done it very good. Some of them haven't so. But I think CryptoZoo will be one of those who have the tokenomics right. They understand the rarities and, what makes a good marketplace. And I agree. I think they will lower every single gen, and it's only going to boost the bags for the people who have Gen 1 eggs unhatched. Okay, another thing I want to speak about is prices. So we bought the eggs for what, 500k? With the 10% off, which is about 450k. It's probably not good to.
Yes.
Well, maybe we can speak about how much zoo per egg on the marketplace, but of course the price of Zoo will be changing, so it's kind of hard to say. But what do you guys think is going to be kind of the average price when the marketplace releases? Some people are saying $1 million. If it's $1 million, I'm going to be buying quite a few. I think it's going to be more 3 to 5 million. That's kind of my area. But hey, it's the speculation podcast. That's complete speculation. What do you guys think?
So is that 3 to 5 million at the price?
No, I
Zoo
think 3 to 5
currently is,
million
or
of the price
what sort of?
that it will be, that I estimate it will be, which I think is about 1.5 times of an ETH egg right now, if that kind of helps you. Or is it double? I'm not sure.
Emo, like I think that's a bit too much because for me, Zoo will at least reach half of the all-time high soon, and probably the all-time high. But
True,
as a
actually, yeah.
conservative like estimate, I'd say like 50 or 60 maybe, which is like times 5 or times 6 from where we are right now, which doesn't sound so crazy because that was like the number that we had at the start of
Yeah.
E2, if I'm not wrong. And
Yeah.
at those prices, the minimum to get back what you invested is
Right.
1 million. To do that times 2, you'd only have to ask for 2 million, maybe even 3 million if you're really gonna like try to milk your eggs out. But I think we've all seen the amount of times that people have come into the server to ask, why can't I sell my eggs? Why can't I sell them on the marketplace? I've been waiting for 2 months. I want to sell my eggs. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people actually are desperate to sell their eggs. Like I'd estimate at least at 10% or at 5%. And be sure that their main goal is to get or at least a bit of money or their money back to set it into another project. Because like they just want to keep the money rolling. They've had $450 stuck for 2 months. So taking that into account, emo the lowest price would be $1 to $2 million. Zoo coin, sorry, at 50 or 60, which would be at times 2. At tops, 3 million Zoo. But what if we reach all-time high? If we reach all-time high, we'd be looking at those values divided by 2 or this by 1.5 would leave us around 1 million to 2.5 million to tops, because a lot of people are gonna try to get rid of their eggs, and that's a sure thing.
I think that with so
what
many
you're gonna
people
need to
buying as
do
well,
is
I think it's
snap
going to
them.
really even out. I think after a certain amount of time, I mean, I understand that there's definitely people who want to sell, but I think overall, if you, again, it's completely speculation, but if you take the amount of long-term hodlers overall, I think there's more hodlers on the Binance chain than there is on the ETH chain. Because on the ETH chain, there's a lot more secondary market. They're all there late. I think Binance chain are the people who've been there from the start. And I think, I mean, we all spoke about earlier about how hard it is to get those Binance eggs, right? It was a bit of a process. As a roller coaster, as we used. But overall, I think the Binance eggs, I think there's going to be a lot of long-term hodlers there. It's a lot harder to get those eggs, and the people who got them were a lot more dedicated to the project. So I think overall, people on Binance are going to be a lot, I don't know, more connected with their eggs, and I don't know, maybe I'm waffling, but I just think that they'll hold them more than, let's say, ETH. Like if the price rockets, some people, some people just sell straight away. Like if the price rockets, fair enough, get your bag and jump out. I'm here for the long term. I'm here for the game. If when the price starts going rocketing with marketing, whatever, I think there'll be a lot more people selling on ETH than there will be on Binance.
Yeah, that's a good logic right
I agree.
there.
I actually have a question for you guys. Like 1 week after the hatching, so like let's say November 10th, how many eggs do you, if you could say a number, how many eggs do you think will
That's
still
a
be
really,
unhatched?
really good question.
I'd say
a week after
okay,
hatching.
so let's do. I'm gonna do a Twitter poll after this podcast comes out. Okay, no, sorry, before. And whoever's closest, I guess, wins. Okay, so Everyone say a number of how many eggs you think there will be left, and I will run a Twitter poll. What do I do? I guess I'll do 0 to 2,500, 2,500 to 5k,
I
5,000
think
to
7,000.
7,500, and then I'll do
7,000 left.
7,500 to 10,000. So those four options.
Yeah, I think
Which do you think the
7,000.
public would choose?
7,000.
I think that, in my opinion, I think there will be like 1 week after the hatching. I think 3k unhatched
I agree.
eggs. I'd say.
You think 3K
Wait, no,
unhatched?
sorry.
Yeah.
Not 3k
I'd say
unhatched.
so.
I think. Okay, so I'm going to go with 5,000 to 7,500 are still remain. And then
Yeah,
Joao, you're going
yeah.
with there are 3,000 legs left.
Yeah, 3,000. I mean, it all depends on when the yield will start and so on. But yeah, I feel like 3,000
Wow,
after a week.
fair enough.
Bold
Yeah, that's
guess,
out there. Fair enough.
maybe. But yeah.
Be interesting to see what the community thinks. Whether I mean, I guess it would be good because they will the results will be reflect on their own opinion of what they will be doing. Like, you know, I mean, I've heard some people who
Yeah.
say they're 100% hatching and they're 100%. Oh. Okay, we're back. Some people say like, I'm keeping everything. Like, I'm not hatching any of them. All of them I want sealed. And then some people saying I'm hatching all of them. I want to play the game. So, I mean, all of our strategies on here are to split the hatch and split the seal, which I think is good. It's a win-win, right? So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see the grand scheme of things over 10,500 eggs. How many get hatched and how many don't? I mean, that's really interesting.
Time will
Time
tell.
will tell.
Soon we'll know.
Okay, I think that's a
Soon.
brilliant place to end it. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to the Speculation Podcast. It's the first ever episode. I'm not quite sure where we'll go after this. Hopefully, it will continue and we'll have some kind of episode 2, I guess. I mean, what's impulsive on, like, episode, like, 300-400? I mean, they're leaked the game, so hopefully this will be some kind of crypto podcast. Follow on Spotify. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. Yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you, XJ.